Hey, welcome guys. Welcome to an episode of Crypto Casual. My name is Charles and I will be your crypto esoteric coach. We'll dive into what esoteric means here in a minute for those who don't know, but welcome all those who have never been with me before. We've been to my seminars, we've been to my classes. Welcome. Basically, what we do is um, that's me get my screen on. We're pretty casual here. I don't have a mouse, so you may hear my clicking sound until my mouse comes in. My mouse crapped out after a bunch of years. Anywho, so basically, crypto casual. We're just going to keep everything casual about cryptocurrencies, finances, and the esoteric. And again, more on the esoteric later. But the main thing I want y'all to do is, in order to become rich, um, I tell you what, before we even get into that, do me a favor because this is YouTube and the algorithms love when you like, subscribe, and click and hit the notification bell and all that stuff. And if you want to leave a comment, let me know what you liked or what you didn't like. Feel free to. Hey, just keep it casual though. Um, but anywho, for the purpose of this show, uh, the purpose of even creating this channel, I wanted to get it out to more people. My classes I've been teaching for 10 years plus, and I just on crypto, but on finance and more of the esoteric, the spiritual, the metaphysical, paranormal, that type stuff. But we are coming into a new consciousness, and this new consciousness I'm going to, throughout this show and others, is from what the religions call a second coming or the rapture or any of these type end time terms from any mythology, and they all have them. Basically, I want to just show you that it's a different consciousness. It's an end of an old consciousness and way of perceiving life and into a new way of perceiving life, which we're going to call that the second consciousness, the second coming, the second Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. It's a higher frequency of energy. So I'm going to combine both the metaphysical and then the esoterical with cryptocurrencies, because cryptocurrencies, or at least the whole blockchain and BTC, I'm going to make the argument that it is the second coming. It is a second coming, meaning that we're here to be freed, and freed from the enslavement of the old financial and educational systems and the religious systems. Nothing wrong or right about them. It's just it's time to come out. When you're ready to be free, that's what these classes will be about. So I'm just going to show you how to share information with you of what I've done, what others have done, what students of mine have done over the years. Is just learn how to live a rich and simple life. And the way we're going to do this again is to combine esoteric education with the consciousness of cryptocurrencies and BTC. Now, esoteric, really, what does that word mean? A lot of secret societies use it, or inner circle religions will use it. Basically, it started, or at least where we first came to hear about it, was from Aristotle around 500 and something BCE. And Aristotle's, however he got it, there's, if you want ancient aliens, they believe he got his mathematical genius from off planet. We'll just put it that way for now. We don't want to get too crazy too quickly up front. Anyway, so he had a few select students that he would impart his deepest knowledge to so that they may carry it on or share it to others and become teachers themselves. And this was his esoteric. Eso just means within, exo means out. And so basically, he taught them the inner knowledge of what he knew, and then you can call it sacred, you can call it whatever you want, or hidden secrets. Basically, he didn't share that with all his students. And so basically, he had exoteric students and esoteric. So I'm going to teach some of the stuff over my decades of learning the esoteric, secret societies and so forth, and my own dealings with special ops and a few other things. So with that, the special initiated, in order to get the inner circles, you have to be initiated into some club, group, or whatever to get their inner circles or their inner knowledge. So that's basically what esoteric means. So we're going to be interchanging some of the metaphysics, paranormal, religion, folklore, mythology, all this stuff. We're going to extract what we can from them and understand that Bitcoin is the second coming, or the blockchain, or the electricity that's running it. Call it computer consciousness. We'll come off with a bunch of different synonyms, but for right now, let's just keep it simple and casual. So basically, the way I'm going to run these videos, and I will have some live, but for now I'm just getting started, so it's going to be rough, it's going to be choppy, I'm going to be a little goofy, whatever. That's fine. We'll grow as we grow. So basically, the format, we're going to come up with some esoteric, insightful information, financial system, your consciousness, the way you think, whatever. We'll dive into that. We'll have a topic, or I'll ask a question. And then I'm going to give you some sort of crypto news of the day, or some purposeful news around the world that is relevant to Bitcoin. Right? After we talk about that a little bit, to help those to simplify the crypto sphere, because it can get extremely difficult, just as simple as buying a cryptocurrency. So we're going to also help with that and keep it, again, simple. We're going to break it down, distill it, and make it as easy as possible to understand so you can make your own conscious choices. So I'm going to give you 3 of my crypto picks of the week that I think are good, or depending on how many of these videos come out per week. We'll go ahead and I'll give normally 3 picks of the week that I have studied. But in conjunction with that, I'm also going to give you one of my influencers of the day. And what does this mean? It's one of the influencers that I've been watching for years, and I like their format. I like what they do. Some of these, because we're going to keep it casual and not go too deep, I'm going to give you some of these influencers that I like, and maybe a specific coin they were talking about. Ones like Crypto, Chico Crypto, Elio Trades, Cryptos. Some of these guys will deep dive into stuff. There are others, but we'll get to them. But again, 3 picks of the day, and I'll give you an influencer of the day. So not only can you, if you're not aware of them, then you can go to their channels and also get more information to help and educate you about cryptocurrencies. And then at that point, I'm probably going to offer a book. And so in order to create financial wealth, you have to educate yourself. The difference between the poor and the wealthy, is basically how much they educate themselves. And I'm not talking about the indoctrination camps called schools and universities. I'm talking about real learning, the secret information they don't want you to know, and why they don't teach it to you in the public schools. You have to learn it elsewhere, and that's going to take hustle. So hustle is going to be a main thing to becoming rich and keeping your life simple. Simplicity is love. We'll go there for now. And then complexity is ego. So if your life is very complicated in a negative sense, then you're probably running it from a fear-based or lack mentality, or what we call poverty mentality. We'll also go into, so I'll give you a book of the day is my point. And then some sort of inspirational quote that's out there from many, many great thinkers. And again, we have to be able to hustle, and that means we're going to have to work. It's not about the hours we put in, it's about however much you want to grow richly in your life, and not just financially, but health, wealth, and love. However much you want to grow is the time you're going to have to put in equal. Right? So if you want to grow 10x, then you got to put in 10x. You can't put 1% and get 10 out of it. You have to put in the hours, and that's the difference between those who make it, because they are the hustlers. And if you're not willing to hustle and do what it takes, and do it compassionately, empathetically, you're not going to make it. And that's the difference between people getting free handouts and those hustling and never taking a handout. And there's nothing wrong or right about handouts. These are just philosophies. My point is, if you want to become rich and live a simple life, then you're going to have to put in the hours of the study. And cryptocurrency, because it is a whole new learning curve from what we're used to, a new consciousness, is that we have to learn about this new consciousness called BTC. And so after that, we're just going to go ahead and end it, and I'll sort of maybe give you a hint of what's on the next episode. So for now, that's going to be what it is. I'll come out with another video shortly about actual episode 1 and what we're going to be talking about. And it's basically about questioning authority, or those who think they have it right in mainstream society. All right, thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it, and see you later.